And we are back on a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 9th day of May, 2024. I am Dan Kuntz, and here we go. The really nice weather. Yesterday's pretty good. No complaints at all. 71 degrees, lots of sunshine. It was a beautiful day. We are in for a long stretch of above normal temperatures. We got off to a very cool start for the month of May. For the most part, in fact, late April wasn't exactly warm. Mother Nature says, here you go, Wenatchee Valley, north central Washington, Pacific Northwest. How about sunny and warm? Right through the middle of next week with the peak temperatures definitely on Saturday and Sunday. Could set a record high on Saturday. Going to be awfully close. We're thinking about 90 on Saturday. We're going to be about 80 today. So think about that. We were 60 for the afternoon high just a couple of days ago. Now we're going to be up to 80, into the 80s. Tomorrow, weather forecast, I think we can all agree is pretty nice, is coming up unless you don't have air conditioning. We'll have all those details. Lots of news to get to. It was a busy day in the bullpen yesterday. We'll touch on that. Mariners starting pitcher yesterday kept throwing curveballs over the plate. When you do that, the Minnesota Twins will hit it over the wall, and they did that quite a bit yesterday. Mariners lose to the Twins 6-3. We'll have highlights of that. Busy day in boys soccer yesterday. We'll tell you who did what to whom. In sports, it's Thursday. Pause for pets. We're going to introduce you to Beanie the dog from our friends of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. A brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we have never aired it. Mike came in a couple of days ago and did some new opinions for this program. So we'll find out what's on Mike's mind today. And in the back half of the program, in the interview segment, it's our friend Erica Moshi. We love Erica because she does awesome work, she and her crew at the Brave Warrior Project. They got a brand new building. They're not in there yet. They're looking at moving in probably in the autumn. But they needed a campus of their own. They finally got one, and they're having a big fundraiser on Sunday, May 19th. It's always good to talk to Erica Moshi. She'll be joining me in the back half of the program. Let's do our tour on what is a beautiful Thursday morning, 48 degrees. This is the time of the year where we have big temperature variations between the coldest time of the day and the warmest part of the day. At one point, we were down to 45 this morning, and we're going to top off at 80. That's a big temperature variation, 35 degrees between the high and the low. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. We're giving East Wenatchee most of the love. There are a few high clouds out there filtering out the sunshine. They ain't going to last. So 71 yesterday, which is 1 degree above normal. Sunrise this morning was at 5:31. Sunset tonight at 8:24. That means 14 hours and 53 minutes of daylight. We'll be over the 15-hour mark as far as daylight is concerned by Mother's Day, and it is going to be a gorgeous forecast for Mother's Day. Let's sound it up to Lake Chelan. Good morning to the lake from our Lower Butte camera. You can see the Three Fingers development. They continue to work on that from GBI Holdings. You can see a big swath of Chelan proper. The marina, gorgeous day up there. Are they, I don't know, are they filling up the bathtub yet? I haven't checked. I need to go to the PUD's website. If you go to the Chelan County PUD website, they let you know exactly how high the lake is and its anticipated fill-up date. I did not look at that this morning. Maybe I should have. Anyway, good morning to Lake Chelan. Good morning to Leavenworth. They don't have a lake, but they have a couple of beautiful rivers, like the Icicle Creek and the Wenatchee River. Beautiful view from our Tumwater Canyon camera, zoomed way out quite a bit, so we're seeing pretty much all of Leavenworth from that view. Beautiful view there, looking almost exactly due east towards the Wenatchee Valley. And look how green the hills are around Cashmere. In fact, all of the hills around north central Washington are just bursting out green. They're going to start getting brown, obviously. All that rain that we had last Saturday at the Stimmel Growers Grand Parade really soaked into the ground, and it's just popping like crazy. Beautiful view from Hay Canyon. Good morning to Cashmere, looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley. From the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government, but no complaints here. 80 for our high today with lots of sunshine. As far as the wind's concerned, really not much, less than 10 miles an hour. What's left of the wind from the last couple of days, but it'll all be done by this afternoon. Clear tonight, 55 for the overnight low, then we climb up to 85 on Friday. Again, our normal high is 70. And then we go to 90 on Saturday. Now the record high on Saturday, the 11th, is 92 degrees. That was set back in 1993. We could be close to it. Out in the Columbia Basin, Moses Lake, Ephrata, down to the Tri-Cities, you're going to be 93, 94 on Saturday. Will be just a little bit cooler here in the Wenatchee Valley. Mother's Day, how about 86 and sunshine? Perfect for a barbecue or a picnic or whatever you want to do to celebrate Mother's Day. No complaints at all. Then we start cooling down a little bit, but not bad. We'll take sunshine at 78, 78, 77. This is about a nice stretch of weather as we've had all year. And it's coming our way, and it starts today. All right, that is the weather forecast. 5 minutes after the hour. After a quick 2-minute break, we'll do the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Localtel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the 3rd Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Starting to climb that temperature ladder. We're up to 48. We're going to be kissing 80 today, mid-80s on Friday. Close to a record high, lower 90s on Saturday, a little cooler on Mother's Day, and sunshine for everybody. It's 8 minutes after the hour. A Wenatchee man arrested in a drive-by shooting investigation last December has pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm. 25-year-old Isaac Anthony C.J. Miller, he's been in jail since shortly after the gunfire was reported back on December 20th. Nobody was hurt in the incident. That's in which the occupant of a passing car fired 7 shots into an unoccupied Subaru while it sat parked on South Chelan Avenue. The incident allegedly arose from a dispute between the Subaru's owner and a friend of Miller's. He was initially charged with firing a weapon, but that count was dropped with his guilty plea. Miller has a prior felony record and is barred from possessing firearms. He's scheduled for sentencing on May 13th. Prosecutors are recommending that he serve a 6.5-year prison sentence with drug rehabilitation. A former Wenatchee man will serve just over a year in federal prison on a federal wire fraud charge for falsely obtaining COVID-19 relief money. 40-year-old Jason Carnell O'Daffer admitted to fleecing the government of more than $117,000 in pandemic relief. He took out a loan for what he said was a home appraisal business. In fact, he didn't have a home appraisal business and spent part of the money on an RV. O'Daffer went on the lam after his initial court appearance. That was in December of 2022, but they caught him in March of 2023. District Judge Thomas Rice sentenced him to 12 months and 1 day in prison, followed by 3 years of probation. The general manager of the Grant County PUD is leaving his job and joining the Chelan County PUD. The chief executive of the Grant County PUD is Rich Wallen, and he's leaving to become the chief operating officer for the Chelan PUD, which is a newly created position. Wallen officially handed in his resignation to the Grant PUD Board of Commissioners on Tuesday. His last day in the job there will be June 14th. Grant PUD Commission President Tom Flint says the board is taking steps to select an interim CEO while they conduct a thorough process to find a permanent replacement for Wallen, who has been running the Grant PUD for the last 2.5 years. Fire officials say they think it's a human-caused fire that burned down a storage and concessions building Tuesday night at the Ephrata Sports Complex. The Ephrata Fire Department says the blaze was reported about 10:30 in the evening, started in a portable toilet which is located next to the building, and they consider that this fire is an act of arson. Grant County Fire District 13, by the way, assisted the city department with knocking down those flames. 4 years ago, wildlife agencies completed a massive translocation of more than 300 mountain goats from the Olympic Peninsula, where they were introduced, to the North Cascades, where that's their native home. But now a lot of the goats are dying, and biologists don't know why. Since the goats were tranquilized and transported, up to 98% of them are believed to have died. Meanwhile, native North Cascade goats are also seeing severe drops in population. It's not certain what's causing the drastic decline. State, federal, and tribal wildlife agencies plan an intensive monitoring effort on the translocated goats beginning this year. There are between 2,000 and 3,000 mountain goats out there in the wild. In less than a week, the Wenatchee School Board will make up their final decision on whether or not to close Columbia Elementary School. Now, since the announcement was made back in January, parents and community members have formed the Columbia Parent Advocate Group. They've been fighting to keep the school open. The group's members have regularly attended board meetings. They've rallied with Save the Columbia signs and have spent hours reviewing district materials relating to the closure. Two of the board members, Emily Bjork and Brittany Stevens, sat down with NCB Life to discuss their efforts ahead of the board's decision.
I think throughout this whole process, in any advocacy process, you start to feel all sorts of emotions. So you have moments where you feel really hopeful, like you're making a difference and making a big change, and then other times where you feel maybe not as hopeful, or like what you're doing isn't making much of a difference and leads to that tiredness, the frustration. So right now I'm it's a wash. I agree. I'm very proud of the work that we've done and the effort that we've put in and the showing that we've had to the district. I'm also feeling, that tiredness and a little sadness at kind of just the way that the whole process was conducted. I wish there would have been more collaboration and more opportunities for us to really kind of collaborate and communicate with the district more openly, and work together more for a solution. So there's some sadness there as well.
It's been really great to have different opportunities to try new things. So I feel like we've all worked really hard and played to our strong suits. One of the things that I've really tried to help focus on is getting out into the community, starting our petition, which has over 1,800 signatures, just getting out and talking with people and trying to get more people involved with face-to-face conversation, and then really trying to engage people in the conversation and let them know ways that they can speak out, reach out to the board, and get involved. And then trying to help coordinate our great team members to continue with our weekly meetings and getting more board members involved as they're able to feel like they can do so.
It felt weird when they announced it, and so I thought that I have some insights as a teacher and as a former teacher of the district, so I know a little bit more about some inner workings that could maybe help some of the parents that need more information. And I also, when things aren't going the way that you think they should, I think it's important to speak up. I feel a sense of pride in the work that we're doing. I like that I can have a conversation with my daughter and, sorry, I have to go to this meeting tonight because I'm trying to talk to the people in charge to see if we can save your school, and see if we can come up with other solutions. And so at the end of the day, I know that my family knows that we used our time well, and we put a lot of value into the things we put a lot of work into the things that we value.
I know for myself and my husband, we, I think, did a lot of work on the front end to kind of learn more because we don't have a teaching background. So we were playing catch up in a sense and learning how the school system works in regards to the more administrative side. Luckily, that's kind of tapered off, and it's been really great to have the coordination of everybody in our group. Like Brittany mentioned, having people with the teaching experience has been really wonderful to get more insight and know what alternate solutions would actually be potentially viable versus the current proposal. So thankfully, I feel like my role at this point is kind of more of coordinating different team members and just trying to really stay positive and hopeful towards the outcome that we are hoping for, which is not closing Columbia.
And finally, on this Thursday morning, when the weather gets nice, a lot of people head to the Foothills Trail System on the west side of the valley. Well, you're going to have to wait until Saturday if you want to hike part of the Sage Hills Trail. That part of the trail is closed between Sage Hills Drive and the Chelan PUD boundary, which is west of the Day Drive parking lot. The maintenance closure began yesterday. It will remain closed today and tomorrow, May 10th. According to the Chelan Douglas Land Trust website, the Land Trust contracted with the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance for several trail improvements that will require some heavy equipment and some hand tools. The trail will reopen on Saturday. Don't forget your sunscreen and your water, and that's the news at 16 minutes after the hour. If you are interested in what's going on around here, and we believe that you are, or you wouldn't be watching this show, watch the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock here on television. 5, 6, and 10. If that doesn't work in your schedule, you can watch it anytime you want by going to our homepage, ncwlife.com. It'll be up and running on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and on our app. And if you haven't downloaded our app yet, there you go. There's the QR code. I don't know what QR stands for. I asked once, and nobody seems to know. Send us an email if something out there you think is newsworthy, news at ncwlife.com. Well, the Mariners are going to have to work a little hard to salvage their 4-game series with the Twins after last night's loss and all that happened in the world of high school sports. In 2 minutes, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
I moved here 6 years ago. The manager here asked me what I like to do, and I told him that I like to play games, I like to play cards. And he said, "Boy, have I got a woman for you to meet." And he introduced me to her, and we walked down the hall, and I took her hand, and we've never let go of each other.
Life is so good when you're happy, and I'm very happy at Prestige.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Call After Hours Plumbing for all your water heating needs.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
19 minutes after the hour, not a very good first inning for Seattle starter George Kirby. He gave up a home run to Carlos Correa. And then Trevor Larnach hit a home run, and that was about it. The Twins hung on, beat the Mariners 6-3 last night. The Mariners went 1 for 7 with 3 strikeouts with runners in scoring position.
Carlos Correa will bat second, moving up in the order.
But these Twins hitters are feeling like they can go up there aggressive early in the count.
Correa sends it high and deep to left center field in the gap. Rodriguez back at the track, at the wall. That is gone. On a curveball, Correa goes deep to left center, and the Twins strike first, and it's 1-0.
Just a curveball that Kirby didn't throw where he wanted to, and Correa didn't miss it.
Right-handed batters against that curveball now 3 out of 4 with a homer to double.
So 1-0 Minnesota. And here is designated hitter Trevor Larnach. Larnach batting .354, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in.
Larnach sends it to right field and deep. Back it goes, deep it goes, and way out of here. Twins go back-to-back. Correa and Larnach combine, and it's 2-0. And Larnach 400 feet later. Twins go back-to-back for the 4th time all year.
Willie Castro will try his luck here.
Castro hammers one to right center field. This one is back, traveling towards the seats, and that is gone to the upper deck in right center field. The Twins hit Kirby again. 3rd home run tonight, and it's 3-0.
A rocket ship landing in the upper deck in right for Willie Castro.
The yardage on that's got to be longer than Larnach's.
432.
Here's designated hitter Mitch Garver. Garver, 3 home runs out of the year.
Garver sends this high out to right field, and it's gone. Mitch Garver, the former Twin, blasts this out to right field, and the Mariners check in here in the 4th inning.
Castro homered his last time up, 3rd now in the year. It snapped an 0 for 11.
To right field down the line. That will land fair towards the corner. It's played by Haniger. Miranda's got the green light. He will head home, and he will score to third base. Castro with an RBI triple. They were trailing 4-2, but this man here, one swing of the bat, put his team on top with a grand slam to left.
And hits a high fly out to right field, up in the wind, and it's off the wall. Julio is in to score. Haniger right behind him. He scores standing. Cal Raleigh into second base, and he brings the Mariners within a run in the 7th inning.
2 away for Minnesota here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Julian on at first.
Big chance here for Jeffers.
Julian takes off, big jump, and Jeffers pulls it somehow fair down the left field line. Julian's going to round. He's going to score. Jeffers makes second base, and the Twins lead 5-3. How did he keep that fair?
It's a lot more comfortable heading into the top of the 9th with a 2-run lead, and maybe a 3 with the way Kepler's been swinging it.
Max 0 for 3 tonight. He'll send one to right field deep. Haniger back. Haniger will jump up and misses the ball. Takes a big bounce back into center. Kepler at second. Jeffers scores, and the Twins lead 6-3 here in the.
Good news, though, Logan Gilbert, who's been really good this year, he gets to start for the Mariners in the finale of the 4-game series. It's a morning game, 10:10 this morning on Root Sports. Pablo Lopez takes the mound for the Twins. They're both right-handers. So the Mariners are now a full game behind the Rangers, the American League West, because the Rangers split a doubleheader with the A's yesterday. A's took the opener 9-4. Texas came back and took the nightcap 12-11. The Angels keep pace. They knocked off the Pirates 5-4. And how about those Yankees? That scrappy little Yankee team is just hanging in there, doing their best. A bunch of unknown players. Well, they beat the Astros 9-4. Big day yesterday at Lee Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl and Prep Soccer, the District 6 1A tournament. Cashmere gave Cascade all they could handle, but in the end, the Kodiaks scored a late goal to get by Cashmere 1-0 in the semifinals. Before that game, Quincy snuck by Bridgeport 1-0. So we are good to go for Saturday. First of all, it'll be Cashmere and Bridgeport at Lee Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. The winner of that game goes to state. The loser of their season is done. Doesn't matter who wins the Cascade Quincy championship game. Both teams are guaranteed a slot to state. That will be at 4 o'clock again at Lee Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl. Speaking of soccer, we got soccer tonight, and we'll preview this in just a little bit. We will be at Wildcat Stadium in a loser-out game. The Wenatchee Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats, they're going to do battle again. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen with the call. We'll have it live on our Facebook page at 7 o'clock. And then on television as well, and all that other good stuff. Again, win, and they have a chance to make it to state over the weekend. Lose, and they're done. In fact, here is your District 6 4A tournament schedule. It is Wenatchee and Eastmont. Winner moves on. Loser is done. 7 o'clock on NCW Life. The championship game is tonight in Yakima. First seed Davis takes on number 2 seed Sunnyside at 5 o'clock. The winner of that wins the district, moves on to state. The loser of Davis and Sunnyside will play the winner of Wenatchee and Eastmont for one last chance to state on Saturday. Prep baseball schedule. This is a winner to state game. Loser go home. It's Okanagan and Brewster in the District 6 2B tournament. That's at 4:30. The winner of that again moves on to state. And in prep softball, it doesn't matter who wins these, because this is a double elimination tournament, the District 5 and 6 tournament in girls prep fast pitch softball. Afraid to host Prosser at 4:30, same time for Sealand and Ellensburg. But again, even if it doesn't matter who loses, both teams still have a chance to state because it's a double Elimination Tournament. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 25 minutes after the hour. Most of the time when we do the obscure holiday, it's frivolous, it's stupid, it's silly because it's obscure, you know, but today, in all seriousness, we need to pause and remember the socks that we have lost along the way. Today is National Lost Sock Day. Today. I have a sock drawer in my dresser. I think everybody does. I wash the socks. I match them up, fold them together. They're a pair. They go into the drawer. And yet I have 7 or 8 socks in the sock drawer that doesn't have a partner anymore. How many individual socks have you lost? It's funny. We lose individual socks, but we rarely lose individual shoes. So today we mourn the memory of all those socks that have lost their partner along the way on National Lost Sock Memorial Day, which is why the flags here at the NCW Life Channel will be flown at half staff. It's 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history, Newton Minow, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, was the keynote speaker at the National Association of Broadcasters annual convention in Washington, D.C., and on this date, 1961, he gave one of the most famous speeches about the medium that I work in, television. He sat with all of the bigwigs, the biggest of the bigwigs, network executives, general managers of affiliates. I mean, anybody who was anybody in television crowded into the ballroom. And Newton Minow, the chairman of the FCC, said, when television is good, nothing, not the theater, no magazines, no newspapers, nothing is better when television is good. When television is bad, nothing is worse. He said, I invite you to sit down in front of your television set when your station goes on the air with no distractions, no books, no magazines, nothing, and just watch TV continuously for 12 hours. And what he said, Newton Minow, was, you will see a vast wasteland. Of course, the boat in Gilligan's Island was named the Minnow after that guy, which reminds me of the old line from Fred Allen, the legendary radio comedian who said television is a medium that allows people with nothing better to do watch people who can't do anything. And you know what? He was right, too, because most of the television shows in the 1960s, they just haven't aged very well. They just haven't. The famous Wasteland speech on this date 63 years ago today. We all know what happened to the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore a couple of months ago. 6 people were killed. Luckily, it happened in the middle of the night, and they had a chance to get people off the bridge. Well, 6 people died when the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed a couple of months ago. It was tragedy enough. Nothing on what happened down in Tampa Bay. A Liberian freighter, the MV Summit Vulture, strikes one of the support columns of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, which connects Tampa Bay to St. Petersburg. A 1,400-foot section of the bridge collapses into Tampa Bay. 35 people in 6 cars and a Greyhound bus fall 150 feet into the water and died. Most of the people were in the Greyhound bus. So 6 people died in Baltimore a couple of months ago. This one, 44 years ago today on this date, 1980, killed 35 people in Tampa, 44 years ago today. And the beginning of the end of Richard Nixon, 50 years ago today, the House Judiciary Committee formally opens impeachment hearings on the fate of President Richard M. Nixon, and most of Americans were glued to their televisions in the summer of '74. 29 minutes after the hour, let's do some birthdays. The father of modern American shipbuilding. If it wasn't for Henry Kaiser, the city of Portland, Oregon wouldn't be anywhere near what it is today. He formed the Kaiser Shipyards, built Liberty ships, not only in Portland, but all over the West Coast. He brought mass production to shipbuilding. They could build a Liberty ship in no time flat, and they built a lot of them. Then he formed Kaiser Aluminum because they needed aluminum, so I'll just buy my own plant and run that. And Kaiser Permanente. You've probably heard of that. He was one of the first big-time industrialists to get health care for his workers and their families. The guy was brilliant. His secret to his success, according to Henry Kaiser, and I'm quoting now, I make progress by having people surround myself with people who are a lot smarter than I am, and then I listen to them. And this piece of advice from a very successful person, when your work speaks for itself, don't interrupt. Henry Kaiser, born in this date in 1882. The last surviving member of the Crickets. Sonny Curtis was in Buddy Holly's Crickets before the Crickets became rock and roll sensations, but he left the group right before Buddy Holly and the Crickets became big. He became the guitarist for Slim Whitman, got into the music business when he was like 15, and then he rejoined the Crickets after the death of Buddy Holly, the great Sonny Curtis. He wrote the #1 hit, Walk Right Back, that the Everly Brothers took to the top of the charts. He wrote the song I Fought the Law, an all-time classic, and he made himself millions of dollars by writing the theme to the Mary Tyler Moore Show and performing it as well. Love is all around, and he refused to sell the mechanical royalties to the producers of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Says, no, I want to hold on to the rights that I have for this song. And because of that, he ended up making millions of dollars in mechanical royalties. Smart move. Sonny Curtis is 87 years old today, and the Piano Man celebrates a milestone. Billy Joel is 75 years old. Of course, he hasn't done a new album of rock and roll material since 1993. He still tours all the time. 33 top 40 hits, and he wrote every one of them. He is the 4th biggest selling solo artist in U.S. history, and he's the 7th best-selling recording artist of any kind in this country's history. Billy Joel is 75 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Now, I've been warning you, the heat's coming. Well, guess what? The heat's going to be here big time by Saturday. Don't say I didn't warn you. Have Alpine Air take a look-see at your old HVAC system to make sure when the real heat comes, your air conditioning will work. You're going to find out for sure on Saturday. And if it doesn't, for heat and air, call Alpine Air. Special thanks to our friends at Pool to Spa Services. You're going to probably want to think about getting yourself a pool on Saturday. They'll take care of you. Pool to Spa Services, plus the chemicals that you need to keep your pool and spa sparkly clean. And our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, the main campus in Wenatchee, and their campus in East Wenatchee. Still to come, a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. Erica Moshi, my guest from the Brave Warrior Project. She is full of good news, and we always love that. But first things first, Beanie the dog needs a permanent home. It's Pause for Pets.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and this is Beanie, our Beanie baby. He's our, we think 2.5-year-old cattle dog mix. And we got him through one of our Transfer Coalition partners, a smaller rescue up in Oroville area. And they were out of space, so we brought him down here to us, get more eyes on him so he can meet more people. We do have a little bit of information on him through them because he was an owner surrender to them up there. And so we learned that he lived with another dog, a female dog, and they were really good friends. So yeah, and we have found that here too, that he gets along wonderfully with his dog friends here. He is generally a polite player with other dogs, but he's like one of those people who can get along with anybody. Like, if the crowd is an introvert crowd, he becomes an introvert. If it's an extrovert crowd, he's an extrovert. He's just so easy and gets on just so well with others. We don't know about cats because he didn't live with any, so we never really know how that goes. He's super playful. He loves toys so much. Oh my gosh, stuffed animals are his favorite, especially if they squeak. He likes balls too, but he's more of a stuffy man. What else? He loves his people. He has really great recall. You call him and he's there immediately, which is so wonderful. He knows his sit command so well. You barely even have to ask him and he will do it. He's like, he can read your mind. He has good stay ability. He will spin. He's super smart, and he's really treat motivated, so he has capacity to learn even more. I think that anybody would really love training him. And he's really good size. He's just like an all-around awesome dog. So if you would like to come and meet Beanie, our Beanie baby, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6:30, and you can also make an appointment to come on Wednesdays if that works better for you. And we would love you to meet him.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
I chose Pinnacles because they embrace and lift people with different learning styles.
It's a school where I can be myself, creative, and be successful.
There's a lot of hands-on activity, and
you get to really connect with the community here because we're all one. We get to see each other often. It's a small building.
The teachers care about you and make sure there is equity in the classroom.
They take care of them as a whole. They see them as a name, not a number.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, it is my understanding that 2 local religious organizations are including firearms and other use of force training in their church-related activities. Now, this is fine. Church can do anything they want. But this type of thing has nothing to do with Christianity, and absolutely nothing to do with promoting or building the kingdom of God. Yeah, I know. Jesus asked his disciples who had a sword prior to heading to the Garden of Gethsemane, but also said if you live by the sword, you're going to die that way too. Now, it's interesting. The Apostle Paul tells us that the kingdom of God is love, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit, and that the weapons of Christianity are not earthly, not firearms, but they're spiritual. Sorry, folks, but you know who you are, but you can't co-opt Jesus into justifying your paranoia. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Crown Furniture knows the most important part of a healthy and productive lifestyle is good quality sleep. The Englander Mattress Company is dedicated to manufacturing the best mattresses made in the USA. Englander chooses the finest materials made in the USA with a drive, dedication, and attention to detail, earning them a 99% satisfaction rating. Stop by Crown Furniture today on South Wenatchee Avenue and save up to 35% on select Englander mattresses.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
I think we already have the legendary pizza, really, and I hope it just continues.
We have a free pizza slip. We get free pizzas, and if something happened to Abby's, we wouldn't have free pizza anymore. Think about that, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour. He reaches out to me and says, "They're going to do the show." I cannot say no to Erica Moshe and the staff and the good people at the Brave Warrior Project. She's been on this show a dozen times maybe now, Erica?
Yeah,
something like that. Last time you and I talked was at your new location, and now you have a new location coming soon. Quick little timeline. Erica and her organization, the Brave Warrior Project, started from scratch. You were in the old Wenatchee World Press Room, which was between the Coho building and the Wenatchee World offices, in a gray, windowless, soulless, industrial kind of space, but it was cheap. Rufus gave you a good deal, $750 a month.
Yeah.
So you had a space, but it was not really what you had. No parking. It was not good for the kids because you were on a busy Mission Street. Then something really cool landed in your lap, and that's when we saw you last. And now something even cooler has happened. Talk about the timeline from the Wenatchee World out to Old Station, and now in Old Station, pretty close to where you are now, to your new location. Talk me through that whole cool thing. This is all exciting news.
Yes. So yeah, we started in the press room. Rufus Woods gave us an amazing deal to really help us get our start with our programming and to support children and adults with disability and chronic medical conditions in the press room. Not ideal, but we made it work. He was really supportive, really helped out. So we started there in 2019, and then the building sold, oh gosh, I think in 2022, and we were able to move to what we call the Dovex building, 1705 North Miller Street.
And that's where we saw you last.
And that's where you guys came and saw us last. And then we've been there, we're going on 1.5 years. It'll be 2 years in October. It's been a great facility for our organization. It's allowed us to expand our current programming and add programming to better support those in our community that have disabilities and chronic medical conditions.
But that was always a transitional thing anyway. You kind of knew when you moved into that building that you weren't going to be there forever.
Yes, our hope was to have a facility that we owned that could really support the needs of those that we serve. It's we serve a unique population with unique needs, and so we've been looking for a couple years. What happened a couple years ago, I applied for some funding, a grant funding called the Dan Thompson funding, and we were awarded that funding, but here in Wenatchee, commercial space is really difficult and hard to find, and so
especially for your organization.
Exactly.
It's not like there's places that aren't for rent. There's a lot of commercial space available, but your organization has unique requirements.
Exactly. We have to really take into account the safety of those that we're serving, and so when this current space came along, we received the award for this funding, and a friend of mine reached out and said, "Hey, we're looking to sell this building." It was a therapy service for kids with autism. They had sold the business, and the current owners of the business didn't want to purchase the building. They wanted to lease something more in the heart of town, and so the owner of the building called me and asked if Brave Warrior Project would be interested, not knowing that we had a grant, and so it just all kind of worked out. We closed in 30 days. They called us and we closed in about 30 days. It was kind of a whirlwind of a process, but it worked out, and it's now ours.
Nothing closes in 30 days, especially commercial property.
It was pretty amazing. Yeah, it went pretty smoothly. Everything was just right on point, and yeah, we closed in about 30 days. So
I'm smelling some divine intervention here. Somebody was looking out for your organization for this to fall into your laps like this.
Absolutely.
The building is out in Old Station by the Kashmir Valley Bank branch out there, right?
Correct.
So the building isn't particularly big, but the fact that it was serving youths and adults with developmental disabilities in the same way that your group does, at least you'd have some advantages there.
Absolutely. The building has an upstairs and downstairs, so altogether it's about 5,000 square feet. We'll be utilizing the upstairs. We're doing a few minor renovations. It's very choppy right now, and not all of the upstairs is ADA accessible, so we're doing a few renovations to make it more ADA accessible, and then we'll utilize the space upstairs, which is about 2,500 square feet. A little tight, but it has a fully fenced backyard, and we're on a little over an acre, so our hope is that we'll be able to add some buildings and a space to that acre to really meet the needs of our community.
You have a place of your own, finally.
Exactly, yeah. We're very excited about it.
And the location is very good.
It's perfect, yes.
For you guys, it really is.
Yes, it's going to be great. We have lots of parking, the Link bus. We have a lot of participants that utilize Link services, and so we have lots of parking for them to get in and out. Lots of outdoor space. We have a fully fenced backyard that is larger than it looks, so we're pretty excited to get in there. We're going to add some therapeutic sensory gardens, therapeutic sensory play area. We really have big dreams for the center.
What's the timeline on moving out of where you're at now into the building you just purchased? Probably a while now, right?
Yeah, we're still kind of in the bid process of for construction and the remodel. We're hoping to wrap that up maybe this week and move forward. Then it'll be permitting with the city and then the construction itself. Our hope is to be in by October.
That's a pretty aggressive timeline,
yes,
Erica.
Yes, it is. So that's our hope. But yeah, like you said, permitting can take a while, but we're hopeful that we'll be in by October.
And it's not like you have to rip it down to your studs. I mean, it's just a lot of this is cosmetic. Some of it is structural work, but a lot of it is cosmetic work, right?
Exactly. There's one wall inside the facility that we want to open up, and then we just need to add another ADA accessible bathroom to just help make the flow go a little bit better as we start our programming in there.
You mentioned you got grant money that was just sitting there waiting until you found a facility that suited your needs. You found it, the money came through. So you have a little bit of seed money left over to make some of this stuff happen, right?
Exactly. So the funding went directly to the facility itself. The funding was federal funding that required us to actually purchase a facility or a lot and build. So we were able to purchase that and have just a little bit of money left over to do some of the renovations that we were hoping to do.
Do you get a lot of help from governmental agencies? I mean, you're kind of a little engine that could kind of organization that's only 5 years old. Have you gotten any kind of help in that regard?
This is the first federal funding, government funding that we've received, that we've applied for. We really worked on building our foundation and our structure. We knew that we would grow quickly, and we really wanted to make sure that our foundation was solid before that growth. We didn't want the growth to overpower the building of the structure and foundation. So we really tried to kind of do that, and then now we're at a point where we're starting to look into more of like the government funding and. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously the word is out of what the Brave Warrior Project does. And for a quick reminder of what the Brave Warrior does, here's Erica Moshe again for a little Brave Warrior 101, because some people might, they do what again? Give folks just a quick little recap of your organization.
Yeah, we eliminate barriers for children and adults with disability and chronic medical conditions. We do that by offering programs that support life skills for adults and children, social programming for children and adults. We have our adult enrichment program where adults get to come for 3 to 4 days a week and hang out with friends and our staff and play games, learn life skills, cook a healthy snack, exercise. We have a therapeutic adaptive biking program where families can rent one of our bikes for free and take out on the loop. We offer respite services, plan temporary care for the caregivers.
And let's talk about that real quick. This is for people who are the primary caretakers for people with developmental disabilities, regardless of the age level, is very stressful. and very difficult job, and you give these folks a bit of a break, a chance to step back and take a breather.
Yes, and you know, a good example is I have a almost 17-year-old son, severely impacted by autism, and my husband and I work opposite shifts, and we don't have a caregiver to take care of him. So respite at Brave Warrior Project, we can drop him off and get 3 hours where we could sleep. We can, you know, go grocery shopping. Yesterday I tried to go to the grocery store really quick and we had to leave because he was just struggling a little bit. And so this really gives parents the opportunity and caregivers the opportunity to drop off their child and get a few hours to themselves to do whatever. A lot of our parents say they're going to sleep because, you know, that's a real thing. They just, sleep doesn't really happen as often as you would think when you have a child significantly impacted by their diagnosis. And so it really is a gift to parents. That program's for 3 to 18-year-olds, and typically those children have very limited access to their to our community services, you know, just because of things like what happened to us yesterday at the grocery store. And so they're very isolated, and so this program really does help with the mental health, just the sleep, the stress, and plus the child gets to socialize in our center, and we have lots of therapeutic sensory equipment. We have a chill spa with amazing lights and sound items, fiber optic tunnels. It's a really fun place for them to be.
And the caretakers have a built-in support system, because now you have all of these parents who know what the other parents are going through.
Exactly. It's just kind of been, it just goes in full circle, like all of it, you know, connecting with other parents. It's really a center where, you know, we want to be the hub for those families. We receive anywhere from 50 to 70 referrals a month. We have over 130 kids come through our programs each month, or adults. That's kids and adults. We're growing. There's a need for what we're doing, and we really are eliminating barriers.
And good news for you folks who haven't made plans yet for Saturday the 18th. Your plans have now been made, 19th. Because you're going to be helping Eric out. Talk about the superhero walk.
Yeah, so it's actually Sunday, the 19th. The
19th, sorry.
Yes, from 1 to 3 at Walla Walla Park Shelter 2. This is our 6th year. It's a 3K walk, run, or roll. You can dress up as your favorite superhero. We'll have family-friendly events. We'll have face painting. We'll have hot dogs. We'll have crafts. Batman's going to be there. Elsa, Anna. Walt the Wolf will be there. He paid a visit to us yesterday. He's pretty excited. It's going to be a really fun, family-friendly event.
How does one get involved?
Yes, it's all by donation. So registration fee is just a donation. You can go to our website at thebravewarriorproject.com, our social media, Facebook page or Instagram. You can register a team and get a team together to help support these adults and children that we serve and raise money through social media, or you can just donate to the Brave Warrior Project team.
Now, you want people to register, though, right? So you have a general idea of how many people you're going to be there?
Yes, that's ideal. You can register at the event itself. There will be QR codes to register there. Everything is by donation. It is a fundraiser, so everything there will be by donation. There's no amount too large or small. So
$100, $100, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They'll take. Do you need any help for sponsorships or volunteers to help pull this event off? Because it's on a Sunday. People have some free time.
Yeah, we are looking for volunteers to help set up and clean up. So if somebody's interested in volunteering, you can email us at the info@thebravewarriorproject.com or go to our website.
Do you sometimes go home at night and say, "Damn, honey, I can't believe after 5 years this is actually happening. We're going to have a home on our own"? And what was I thinking 5 years ago? I mean, This is your baby, and now it's your baby is 5 years old. It's through teething. This is a going thing.
Yeah,
this actually happened.
It actually happened. I still have to pinch myself. There's so much work to be done in within our community to really serve the need of those that have children and adults. So it is such a blessing to us, and we don't take that lightly. The work we're doing is incredible. You know, we have over 1,000 family encounters. It just continues to grow. There really isn't much out there for families that have children and adults impacted by disability or chronic medical condition. So the work we're doing is super important, and the building is just a huge blessing. It just helps, you know, that we're not going to have a mortgage. It's paid off. You know, that it's there for our community, for the families we serve, for the children, the adults. It's just a huge blessing, and we're not gonna get kicked out because it sells, or you know, we can really pour into it what those that we serve need, and we're super excited. We've got some really big plans. We really want to be, you know, we talk about all these wonderful facilities, community centers and facilities, which are absolutely wonderful and great, but you know, a lot of the participants, such as my son, aren't able to access those wonderful facilities because of their you know, anxiety or other unique needs. And so we really want to make this the community center for not only children and adults with disability and chronic medical conditions, but their neurotypical friends too. It's really important that it's really inclusive, not just for those we serve, but for the neurotypical individuals that come. It's really fun. You know, we have a great time. It's going to be a great center. We're super excited. So
I'm assuming, and I may be wrong, but I'm thinking your ratio is about 80% good days to 20% bad for the most part.
Yeah.
You have a lot more good days than bad days.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Erica Moshi, help out the Brave Warrior Project Sunday the 19th of May. Go down there, dress as your favorite superhero. If you want to dress like me, that's fantastic. Or not. Either way, go to their Facebook page. Help Erica out. Congratulations on the new home.
Thank you.
When do we catch up again? And I want to be able to get into the building once you're moved in, and we'll do another get-go.
Absolutely. We would love for our community to see the great work that's going to be done there. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you.
You too.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I hope, and we'll be right back.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
Up to you over there.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCAA Live Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
And getting ready to wrap up this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is going to be a drop-dead gorgeous weekend. We're just now starting today. Well, a little bit yesterday, really, if you think about it. But really starting today and lasting for the next 7 days. We're in for the nicest stretch of weather we have seen in quite some time. That cool weather, that breezy weather, we're done with that, at least for the time being. From the National Weather Service, one more look at a forecast is going to give you a great, big, huge, gooey smile. Sunshine, nice light breeze, about 80 for the afternoon high today, 55 for the overnight low tonight. We're going to start climbing that ladder up. Big ridge of high pressure is now large and in charge and sitting right over the top of us. It'll be fully anchored by Friday, so that radiant heat will be bumping this up to about 85 degrees, 57 for the overnight low on Friday night. Saturday to 90 we go. The record high on Saturday is 92. That was set back in 1993. We have a shot at it anyway. It's going to be in the mid-90s, say up in the Omak area and out in the Columbia Basin, and the hits just keep on coming right through Sunday, Mother's Day, and into next week. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Making memories in Israel, home to ancient sites, great shopping, and unusual adventures. We'll explore a historic port and the Mediterranean coast.
I can't believe we're sitting on something that's thousands of years old.
I know. And travel up to see Masada.
King Herod was smart enough to build cisterns which collected the rainwater.
Then we're off to visit Tel Aviv and Jaffa.
It's right on the Mediterranean, so that means beautiful sand beaches.
And finish up our Israeli adventure in Jerusalem.
So right now we're standing in front of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is probably the holiest site here in Jerusalem.
There's so much to see in Israel.
I think we should get lost this way.
Oh yes.
Look how cute!
Archway.
Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Israel.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stanton, and I'm here in Israel with my friend Jennifer Veal.
Hey guys! Thank you so much for having me, Lizzie. I heard there is so much to see here.
Yes, there